What up YouTube, Max here, and today we're playing some more Modern Enchantress. This is round 2. We unfortunately got destroyed by Rhinos round 1. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe this video. And you can find the deck list for this in the description below. Also, let me know what decks you want to see in the future, and your comment could be featured in the next upcoming video. We're going to keep this hand on 6. We're going to put back the duplicate opponent growth. We'll see what our opponent's on. Black white. This could be a spirit deck, or a token deck. This could also be an 8 rack deck strategy, or it could be like maybe Mardu or Abzan. So a lot of different possibilities based on a turn 1 pain land. Not pain land, um the sack land. Yeah, silent clearing. We're gonna take our Utopia Sprawl. See what we can draw here. Okay, Windswept Heath number 2. I guess we're gonna just go with Snow-Covered Forest into target, or this with Abundant Growth. Draw another Abundant Growth, that's fine. This Destiny Spinner is quite strong in this deck. It's a 2/3 for 2, and it makes our creatures and enchantment spells uncounterable, and it has an upside with, ooh, jeez, but it also gives us our lands into creatures later on in the game. Thoughtseize here is making me think that this is not a token strategy, maybe more of an A-Rack strategy, or maybe just, Abzan or Mardu or black-white good stuff. But 2 discard spells to start it off. Not what I want to see. Okay, so it looks like they're playing Mardu. What can we draw here? A third Windswept Heath. It's not what we wanted. On a fetch for Snow-Covered Plains is fine. Add the green. Play one of our play our last Legacy Destiny Spinner. Yeah, this ability to give target land I control, making target land I control an XX elemental, trample, and haste, where X is number of enchantments. Okay, so they are playing the rack, and that's rough. I can't imagine this is a great matchup. Although we do draw a lot of cards, so we're not going to take any damage here. Maybe this isn't the worst. Put him growth this land. Draw a card from that. So if we do this, now we're taking some damage off our racks, But I think we have to at least try to present a clock, play some stuff there. So we're taking 2 damage off, 1 damage off each rack as it currently stands. This matchup actually probably would be pretty good for us. I haven't seen the Mardu rack version, which is pretty sweet, that their opponent is brewing a little bit or playing something different. But my thought is we're drawing a lot of cards. Once this deck gets going, we try to draw a lot of cards. And so that would probably be pretty good against a rack strategy. They're trying to draw cards themselves. They know we have double Windswept Heath in hand, so we're going to take 1 damage off each rack here, go to 17. Draw an Enchantress Presence. That one's pretty sweet. I like that one. Add 4 green, play Enchantress Presence. And then, let's just read again. Target land. Okay. So we can kind of try to race them. So we're gonna fetch here. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me do it this way. Make this bigger. That way, I'm doing it this way in case they do kill one of our creatures. We want them to kill just a land that doesn't have an enchantment on it. Otherwise, we kind of get 2 for 1. And yeah, kind of a quick start for our deck, and this is kind of what the deck wants to do. It wants to be making lands into creatures and playing a lot of enchantments, drawing a lot of cards, and it's good against this rack strategy. Rhinos was a tough matchup for sure, but we won game 1, round 2, which is sweet. Okay, so against the rack, um, our Leyline Sanctities are great because they're not going to be having they target us a lot, so those are great. And then Seal of Primordium is good against their um, rack strategies. Stony Silence doesn't stop the rack; it's not an activated ability. Leyline of the Voids, they don't use the graveyard. Flame Blitz, they don't have really. They have Liliana of the Veils, but they don't really have many planeswalkers. Blood Moon, probably not really where we want to be. Choke, definitely not. Emrakul, definitely not. Although, maybe, yeah, Emrakul's just not good. So, we're going to get rid of... I wonder if we should almost get rid of our Blood Moons here. Oh, actually, on Thin Ice. They don't play many creatures, so these on Thin Ice are essentially just useless in this matchup. So we can take those 4 out. And, yeah, I'm going to get rid of a... I almost want to get rid of a Blood Moon. There's probably something better to get rid of. Uh, they don't really play many basics, do they? They didn't show many basics, but they also showed that they're playing some red. We're gonna cut a Blood Moon on the draw. We'll see how it goes. All right, game 2. We're on the draw against the rack, where we want to be. The okay, triple Leyline of Sanctity in our opening hand. That's it's an interesting one. It means that they're not gonna ever be able to function. So is it worth it to keep this hand? And if we draw into a green source, we can start doing stuff with our Utopia Sprawl. I don't know if this hand is capable. Triple Leyline of Sanctity is a lot. It gives us triple hexproof, which means the discard spells and the rack. You know what? Screw it. We're trying it. We're playing triple Leyline of Sanctity. Alright, that's good enough for me. Sorry, opponent. Your deck can't function in this game. The racks aren't going to do anything, and unless they have a mass enchantment removal spell, they're not really doing much. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a green source, so we can't play anything either. But I'm be willing to bet that we'll draw a green source before they get rid of 3 Leyline of Sanctities. So this should be an interesting one. Kind of a risky keep for us, but could really pay off. I don't know what they have in their hand, but I'm guessing a lot of their cards are shut off. Choose an opponent. You can't. Shoot. Oh. I feel really dumb right now. The rack doesn't target. And so we're going to concede here because we just wasted. Okay, well, that's how you learn. That was a big fail. Leyline Sanctities are maybe not as nearly as good as I thought they were. I guess we still bring them in though, right? Well, okay, so now I know the rack doesn't target. It says choose an opponent, not target opponent, which is interesting. Um, and yeah, let's try this again. And neither did Shrieking Affliction. So that was a nice job, Max. All right, game 3. After we threw away game 2. This hand's fine. We are laying heavy, but I think the fact that we have, I think the fact that we can fetch to thin our library a little bit, and we have a removal spell for one of their artifacts or enchantments is nice. We will see though. That was not the best decision I've ever made. Game 2 there. Urborg. Okay, Inquisition. Take my removal spell. Maybe this wasn't the best keep either. Can we draw into something? Statistically, we should not be drawing more lands, but of course we did. Okay. Well, we've seen more than a third of our lands in this deck already, so we should be good from here on out. That was quite unfortunate. This is quite unfortunate. Discard 2 cards. You got it. You got it. I don't need those. Discard 2 lands. Alright. Opponent's probably pretty happy right now. Sterling Grove. That's a good one. So that's going to let us... Let's see here. Let's fetch now. Sterling Grove's going to let us search for any enchantment we want. And we don't have to do it right now, but we could grab... what would be the best enchantment against them? I was going to say... I don't know. Lilian. Okay, well, we're out of hands. We're out of a hand now. So we can either choose to take a fresh draw or sacrifice the Sterling Grove. But I think we'd rather take a fresh draw. That's a good one. That's going to give us some card draw. And it has Shroud now. So yeah, basically the point of this video is don't play like I do. Make better decisions than I do. Oh, Urza Saga. That's going to give my opponent a clock eventually. Let them search out probably a rack. Or a Pithing Needle, maybe. Gotta be careful of that. Liliana the Veil. That's does nothing right now against us. Looks... Ooh, that's interesting. Sure, I don't have a card to discard, but you can discard if you want. Enchant a creature. Planeswalker, okay. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. So we can like enchant this forest here to draw a card off Enchantment's Presence. And let's say this is white. And then let's play a land for turn, otherwise it's going to just go away. Alright, well, we're not really in the best spot. I thought this was a good matchup, but when we draw a lot of lands and keep bad hands and make mistake game 2, you know, the matchup's going to be a lot worse. Okay, so now this is going to be a 4/4 Liliana the Veil swinging in against us with this nice Luxior. I like it. Weird thing is, my opponent doesn't have the rack yet, but they're going to get it out there as a Saga. Okay. Yeah, we'll take 4. Alright, end of your turn. We're going to activate this. What do we want to grab? So we have some options. If we were to grab Enchantress Presence, we would draw 1 card off Enchantress Presence from playing the second, and then if we do into another enchantment, we draw 2, and then 2 and 2. We don't really have a card that... Ooh, Blood Moon's pretty good against them, right? Blood Moon's pretty good against them right now. Maybe that's worth grabbing. Try to kind of lock them out of the game. But the problem with that is they still have the Liliana that's just going to attack us. But I think we do want to grab Blood Moon. So we're going to draw Blood Moon. And they're going to be able to activate their Urza Saga. So they're not just dead here. Do they have something on our draw step to make us discard? No. Okay. Good. Blood Moon. Draw a card of Enchantress Presence. Make a guy in response. That's fine. Weaver is nice to have. So now we just basically gotta beat their creatures. Play land for turn. It's been a weird match. We definitely misplayed game 2 by keeping the hand we did, thinking it was a lot better against them than it was. And they just are going to start attacking us down now with 2/2s, a 2/2 and a 4/4. Actually, they can minus or plus, make this bigger. So we need some sort of artifact removal now, or a way to get rid of this Liliana is kind of our biggest issue. And then Blood Moon's gonna be pretty good against them. If we could draw another Enchantress Presence, okay, so they'll make that a 5/5. I was gonna say if we drew another Enchantment's Presence, Enchantress Presence, that'd be very good because this lets us draw 2 cards basically each turn. Okay, I guess we're taking 7 here. Alright. This is not going as planned, to say the least. Okay. Weaver gives us is kind of like a redraw here. Lets us get another guy. Another Weaver is a redraw. Okay. Enchantress Presence, I like it. I would have liked it in other order, but that's fine. Add 6. Enchantress Presence. Draw off the first one. Sterling Grove. Okay. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Draw 2 cards off that. Okay. I like where this is going. That resolves. And now we can get... we could go for Solitary Confinement here. We could also go for... Okay, so we have some options. So here's my thought. I think we're supposed to play this land, which adds... Okay, that's the problem. We can't actually play our Scythe because of our Blood Moon. So the land doesn't do as much as we like it to. But... So now as long as we can survive like 1 turn here, we should be in a good spot. Them drawing anything like the rack or something is quite good against us. But we're going to try to search up Solitary Confinement end their turn, and then we'll be able to... Each player discards a card. That's fine. I don't need this. So, does this have trample? It's not. Okay, so we can chump block there. Block one of these. This doesn't have trample. Take 2. Alright, I think we're doing it. Search of Solitary Confinement. It's going to let us draw 2 cards when we cast it. And yeah, we're going to just start going off here. I think we're good. Pretty exciting. Enchant this forest. Draw 2 cards out that. I guess one of my biggest concerns now is that we're going to deck ourselves. But we should be okay. Do we want to Banishing Light their Liliana? That's probably a good idea. Draw 2 cards off that. This is just showing you guys the power of this deck. That even when you make a major misplay, and I threw away this match by a lot of definitions, I can still, just go off with the deck, and we're just living our best life right now. So get rid of that Liliana. The gift is also, Luxar gift is kind of annoying. So now the problem I'm seeing is that we would have to add, okay, so let's add green here for this. Draw some more cards. We don't want to deck ourselves. We do need to eventually find a win condition. But, I mean, we can make this a 10. And then if we add white here, we're just gonna, yeah, cool. Alright, so this can't be countered. Starting to draw more cards. Play this Haunting. So we're going to draw some more cards, gain some life, and creatures are going to get bigger, and my opponent might just concede here. We'll see if they want to just concede, because we're just going off with it. We're just storming off, essentially. Not really storming, but I don't see a way for my opponents to win this game. Unless we just make a mistake, which is possible. So yeah, we're drawing cards, and that's kind of the way that we lose this game, is by drawing too many cards. So I'm going to be mindful of that, but okay. Play land for turn. We have 9 mana if we want to play more things, but I think what we do is, let's read this card. It gives trample and haste, and we have 13 enchantments, so we don't quite have enough to win yet. But I guess we could go. I don't really want to play more lands. Okay, so we're gonna make this ability, give this make this big. And do we want to play anything else? I guess we'll play the Sterling Grove. I don't know if that matters the way I just order this triggers, if this is now going to be... Okay, it is. Okay, so I guess that was a mistake. But 13, yeah. And yeah, this game is over. I can't think of anything my opponent can do to win this, to get out of this. We're going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4. Opponent, it's your turn, and I believe we won this game. So this is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet way to end the match. Opponent could have something like an ensnaring bridge. That's an interesting one for them to have. Okay, now my stuff can't attack. But here's the good news. We do have still this. We're just. Oh, I guess we do that in the end of their turn. We have this Seal of Primordium, so we just get rid of that, and that should be game. And we skip the draw step. We're gonna discard card and attack for lethal. So, okay, we're gonna add a crap ton of green. Make this big. And then a crap ton of big green, make this big. Cool. So guys, that's the power of Enchantress when it works. And even if you make some egregious misplays and should not have won the match, you still can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the game match 3. Thanks for watching.